Hello everyone. I'll take off my hat. Hello everyone. Today we're going to be going over helpful tips for fat loss. We're going to go straight into it. These are some tips that I would recommend implementing straight away, just to make it easier. But that being said, is it a necessity? No. Is it going to make it a whole lot easier? Yes. But if it's you at the moment you're finding your fat loss phase difficult and you're struggling to progress, these tips may be very beneficial. Well, they are going to be very beneficial for just reducing that friction and resistance of achieving that next level that you're looking to get with your fat loss phase. So these are my top tips for making sure that we stay consistent with our fat loss phase and get the most out of it. So going forward, lowering alcohol intake is probably the most common January starter type assumption that people do. Dry January, not going to lower your alcohol intake, and then you're going to be super sailing for your fat loss phase. There is science behind it. It's going to help improve hormone control and better hormone control. Less likely for fat storing hormones to be in the body. Not going to fill the body up with empty calories. It is the preferential energy source. So what that means is kind of your body is going to use the alcohol intake first before it starts burning fat. So your body will naturally store fat as a protective layer for your body to keep yourself warm in cold environments like it is today, and also protect organs. So if you have empty calories and alcohol within the body, they're going to use that first before you start using that energy source that is body fat to be taken away. So you still can lose body fat with having alcohol in your diet. Absolutely. Should you still have your social events? Absolutely. Still enjoy your social events, but it will, if you're having it consistently within your diet and your nutrition, it will make it a lot harder for you to lower it, to burn body fat, just because it makes it slightly more difficult. Affecting sleep makes it more difficult. Affecting the hormones, making it more difficult. Affecting the body, basically, for burning body fat is going to make it slightly more difficult. It can be done, but it will make it a whole lot easier if you just lower your alcohol intake. Going forward, eat breakfast. So studies suggest that eating breakfast will tend to be significantly leaner than people that don't. So that being said, is it essential? No, but the studies suggest that it will make it easier. So basically, in layman's terms, it's kind of just making sure that we have something in the body and we're not getting overindulgent with our appetite. So we're kind of just having a little bit, even if it's a little bit in the morning, maybe just like a high fat, high protein meal, maybe an omelette, something that's got some calories within it, something that's going to stop us just be overindulgent when it comes to lunchtime and dinner and consuming too many calories on top of that. That being said, is it possible to get lean without eating breakfast? Absolutely. Intermittent fasting does work, but as a rule of thumb, studies suggest that people that have breakfast are much more likely to be a leaner individual. Food prep. So basically, if you're busy and you've got a busy schedule and a busy lifestyle, food preparation is going to be key. Simply because it's going to take away decision fatigue, making a bad decision. You're going to the supermarket and you've got a whole big variety within foods of what you're going to get. Sometimes that is obviously fun, and it makes your day to day more different, but on those days where you feel a little bit more tired, you feel a little bit more sleepy, or you're not thinking quite right, it's much more easier to pick up the thing that you shouldn't be eating. So if you have food preparation, you've taken the food with you to work, you go to the fridge, you've got your meal there ready to be eaten. There is no decision. The meal is simply there ready for you to eat. So that is the convenience of making sure we're having our food prepped for the day if you have a busy lifestyle. And then alongside that, making sure that we don't become overindulgent. Again, very similar to what I said before about the breakfast, is making sure we're eating every 2 to 3 hours. Suggests, that's being said, it can be, it's not, is it essential? No, but is it going to make it easier to make sure that we're not getting severely hungry, or our appetites becoming basically overindulgent and making have more? If that's even like a diet drink or something that's just is going to stimulate the body, that you're consuming something that's going to be that's just going to suppress your appetite a little bit. So this is what I would suggest with food preparation and eating. It's not essential. If you're having limited amounts of food a day, it doesn't mean it has to be something that's going to be calorific. Like I said, it could be a diet drink, it could be something that's low in calories, and it doesn't have to be a big meal, but having something more often and not letting our appetite become so overwhelming that we end up eating overindulging is probably what science suggests to be much more effective. Eating protein and veg with every meal. You see, most of you have heard of me banging on about this with your check-ins. Protein keeps yourself satiated, so basically keeping yourself fuller for longer. And then vegetables, same thing, you get a large volume of vegetables within your diet. That's also going to keep you fuller as well. Unlike saying stuff that's much more calorie dense, so something that's like, let's say something that's deep fried, that's obviously got a much more amount of fat in it, or something, let's say like peanut butter, that's very calorie dense for the amount you're having. So the amount of calories within that diet, within that food source, is going to be much more easy to overeat on, because the amount of volume of the food there is going to be a lot more. That being said, you shouldn't be eating just protein and veg in every meal. You should obviously have other stuff within that meal to make it tasty, make it taste nice. It should be a portion of it should have protein and veg within that diet, but obviously within veg you could also probably include say berries, fruits, not just vegetables themselves. A little bit ambiguous with what I've said there, but it's obviously having a source of vegetables or fruit is going to be essential for just slowing down digestion, and also just keeping the body happy and having a large volume amount of food, like I just said. Other than that, there's some more additional foods within that you can have a quick read over, that you can pause, have a look over for what you've had, and that's kind of gonna give you a little bit more information, a little bit more in depth of what I've just said. Have a great rest of the day. Let me know if these tips help, and I hope you all have a great rest of the day. If this has been beneficial for you, just drop me a message. Other than that, I will talk to you soon, and I hope you all are smashing your training and your nutrition, and hope these tips help you. Have a great rest of the day, and I will talk to you soon.